Today on the DNVR Pregame Show, we've got Rob Livingston, we've got Cam Silmon-Craig, we've got Brett Bartolone, we've got Michael Pollock. It is going to be a guest-packed show. Let's do it. Let's go.
Yo!
Oh boy.
I shortened that for Rob Livingston. I had another 30 seconds easily.
I don't believe you.
Welcome into the DNVR Pregame Show for Colorado versus Baylor. We are presented by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, sign up with the promo code BUFFS, get $20 off your first purchase. And Coors Light, get it delivered straight to your door by going to CoorsLight.com/DNVR. What's up?
What's up?
I'll tell you what's up. Like 5,048 days since we played a Big 12 game.
Wow. Coming in with the
Look
stats.
At you knowing days.
Hey.
Days are my thing.
I know. I took your thing.
Damn.
5,048 days, and now we got another Big 12 game, a Big 12 game at home. Baylor's coming to town.
I love it.
But guess what we got?
What's
we got
up?
a defense, and we got a defensive coordinator, and he's here with us. Come on down, Coach Livingston.
Yeah.
What's up, Coach?
What's up? What's up?
Oh, brother, headset right there.
All right, we have this water bottle. What's the cost?
Let me see the company.
It's I believe it's Simply Modern. Put your headset on.
You got to guess the price.
I'm gonna go with $29.99.
Wow, I think that's right on the number. I'm not kidding.
He's been right on the number all season.
Oh, I don't know. A lot of 11 a.m. prices right in my college.
Let's go.
No comment.
Well, what's up, Coach?
Hey, thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Appreciate
no
you,
problem.
Man. Appreciate the time. I know we got practice coming up in a little while, walkthroughs before Team Hotel. So
Yeah.
appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, no worries,
I'm not
dude.
going to tell them the deal I cut with you.
It's a good one. Just know that. It's a good one.
Well, going into Big 12 conference play, obviously, 3 games behind you guys. Just how do you feel with everything right now? How everything's settled in, all the pieces?
Yeah, I think the guys are doing great. I thought last week was a big step for us as a unit. I thought the effort was really good. Obviously, forcing 4 turnovers. You love that. Anytime you're plus in the turnover margin, you got a good chance to win. So I like where we're at. I think the guys are bought in. Things are coming together, with no preseason. I know we talked about that versus North Dakota State. Like, we had to take some punches, and I really like the look in their eyes. So I'm excited for tomorrow. I'm excited for the rest of the year, and I like where we're at.
Jake absolutely just buried the lead here. I'm most interested in one thing and one thing only.
I was going to ask later.
Money on the flow. I got to hear the whole story about this.
A Colorado Buffalo. So Cheeto Beawuzie,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Uncle Cheeto, as my kids call him. So that was his trademark in 2021. So if you go back and watch that season with the Bengals, there's a lot of money on the flow. And it reared its ugly head on Saturday, so it was pretty good for us, minus the penalty. But
The penalties.
Yeah, well, I think they shouldn't all count, right? It's not like you got 60 yards.
That's true.
That
What
would've been
are we
crazy.
talking about? But, the kids are bought in, and, it's fun. The more we can do to just get them to have fun. At the end of the day, it's a simple game made complicated by man with checks, and if this happens and this happens, like, dude, you've been playing this game your whole life. Just go out there and have fun and celebrate. You only got 12 guaranteed opportunities, so make the most of them. There was an ode to Uncle Cheeto, as I referenced. Good to talk to him after the game and pulling for him on Sunday.
I love it. It's so funny you mentioned that because the night before this week's CSU or last week's CSU game. I watched the 2016 CSU game where I think they beat them 44-7. Cheeto had a pick in that game, and back then they called that secondary the Money Gang.
Okay,
so it all kind of comes together, all adds up.
I hope there's no like copyright infringement that we're breaking. I'm sure Cheeto and I will have to make a slight money on the floor gesture later on.
You got to break another deal now.
Yeah, we will, but it'll be good.
Coach, one of the things that, and I'm going to say seemingly because I see the scores and the numbers, but everyone has been excited about the seeming adjustments between first half, second half with the defense. When you go look at the tape, is it really adjustments or execution? Because sometimes the same scheme is out there. Now the guys are just playing better. What is it from your standpoint that makes this defense just be lights out in the second half?
Yeah, I think it's a testament to the guys to be able to step back at halftime and say, okay, hey, this is what we're getting. We got to make sure we're in a good spot. It's a phenomenal testament to our staff. I think we've got a great staff. They work together. Communication the whole first half. George Hilo comes in at halftime, does the run game. Kevin does the pass game, and we can just kind of sit back. Also, right, wrong, or indifferent, college halftimes feel like an hour and a half. So you have time to sit back and talk to the guys. And there's no win-one for the Gipper speech in there. It's just, hey, guys, let's go back to being who we are. And the tablets are a phenomenal tool for us. It gives us the ability to see things. We're very visual learners, I think, in this day and age. So when you can show a guy, hey, you're out of your gap or you're doing this, they're getting this, so we need to come back to this. It's just the staff and the players kind of buying in. So it's been a lot of fun. Hopefully we don't need those second half adjustments. It'd be nice to start out a little bit faster, but hopefully we'll do that on Saturday.
Coach, when you talk about your staff, want to just put it out here on Front Street, money on the flow. One of the concerns when you first were hired by Coach Prime was like, oh, he's never been a coordinator before.
Yeah.
And then when you come in, typically coordinators bring somebody with them. They got some familiarity. You're not only leading this defense as DC selected by Coach Prime, you don't have your guys, like you inherited guys and working with guys, but it looks like y'all been working together 10 seasons. Talk about that chemistry so fast.
Yeah, they are my guys because we're in this thing together. And, the whole first kind of month I was here, it was not, hey, this is my scheme, this is what we're doing. It's back and forth. There's dialogue with the staff, with the players. So we've kind of built this thing into what it is in 2024. I can't tell you what it'll be in 2025 because we'll have new players and people will come and people will go. So I've just really enjoyed getting to know them. It was such an asset for me to have guys that were here, minus D-Lou, guys that were here that had seen the good, had seen the bad, knew how the kids learn, knew how, this guy, you can talk to him this way. This guy, he learns this way. So it just gave me like a month's head start to learning the learners. And it's a testament to these men. I mean, change is never easy in any profession, this one especially. So to be there and to hire a new coordinator kind of late in the down and to get in this thing, I guess we had a month together before spring. They've done great, and I'm so fortunate to have all of them. They're better people than they are coaches, which is saying a lot. I'd go to war with those guys any day, and I'm just lucky to be in the position I'm in.
Love it.
Just with Baylor, Coach, preparing for two quarterbacks again, you guys did that in week 1. Does that make it a little bit easier, like having already done that for another team? I know it's different styles with Baylor, but is there some familiarity with that?
It's a little bit different this week. The first game was, I think we talked about it. It felt like you were watching like 5 or 6 different schools, right? You had Wyoming, you had North Dakota State, you had St. Aug, you had, just a million things going on. This one, I mean, they are who they are, right? So the players, you've seen all the players, you've seen the quarterbacks. They each have, a unique skill set. Offensively, if you look at the Air Force game versus the Utah or Tarleton State game, there's a little bit different, but they're going to be who they are. I can't speak enough about Coach Aranda. When you're a defensive coach in this profession, he's somebody you look up to. The run they had at LSU, and it really started many, many moons ago, like at Delta State, I think. He'll never take credit for it, but the simulated pressures, the blitzing somebody and dropping, playing cover 2. If you ask a defensive guy, hey, what's your Brady pressure? What's your Favre pressure? It's boundary and field. So anytime you're going against a team led by him, you got to be great stopping the run. Right? I think it starts there. He's a hard-nosed guy, obviously being a defensive coach. And then you just got to be able to adapt and adjust, to what you're getting. I think when you look at all their games, there's game plan specific things. So again, that kind of goes back to your halftime conversation about, hey, we're not seeing what we saw last week, or hey, it's a copy and paste of what maybe we saw versus North Dakota State, or what Nebraska had success versus. I think too often in this profession, we worry so much about what the other team is doing that you fail to realize, hey, they have eyeballs and they're actually watching what you're playing as well.
Right.
So you're going to get the plays that have hurt you. So they're a tough-nosed, hard-trying team. I think if you look at the Air Force game and you really watch it, it was close in the first half, but they had 3 turnovers.
Yep.
So they were moving the ball and they were doing a great job. So it'll be a phenomenal challenge for us. Obviously, playing at home's a super fun environment. I've only had one experience, so I'm excited for the next one, and I know the place will be rocking.
I'm privy to the deal that you had with Uncle Neely, so I think this is the last one we got you for. When we first talked to you when you got here, I asked you about the green dot and your experience with it, as well as the tablets. And I'm just curious now, 3 games in, how you felt it's gone, and how that's been, if it's been an advantage for you.
Yeah, I think the green dot is great. I still kind of feel the same way as we talked before. I told you then it can be the biggest gift you have, then it can also be your biggest curse, right? So I try to be privy of not talking too much to those guys. So if you do see one of them just take their helmet off for a split second and put it back on, it's because I'm yelling and screaming at them.
That's how we do, Jake.
Yeah, there you go. With tempo and things like that, it can help you maybe a little bit less. The tablets are great. So, in the league, we've only used the actual video in 2 preseason games, I want to say maybe in 2017, and then we went back to the still shot. So the tablets are a phenomenal tool, right? We talked about it before, right, wrong, or indifferent. This generation of player, you get about 15 seconds, and then they're scrolling to the next one. Yep. So that's where these tablets are great, because it's like, all right, hey, dude, we're good? All right, hey, next one. And you can just see their brain reset.
So scrolling through TikTok.
100%, right? 100. So no, those are great. Obviously there's a lot of moving pieces that they get those done each week. Smitty, our equipment guy, God bless him. He's got to get a million things done, and now we throw tablets in there. Campo, our video guy, he's got a huge part of that. So it's really, really, it's a phenomenal tool for us. It's exciting, and we feel really blessed to have them.
Well, Coach, a deal's a deal. Say we get you out of here because we got practice coming up. But before you go, we always give our keys. I would love to hear yours. Give us 3 things from the defensive side that have to take place for us to get that W.
3 keys. You're going to steal my glory later on the night. So players tune off. We got to stop the run, right? It starts there. It's going to start there every week. For us, if we can get them to 2nd and 7 or more, you're going to like your chances. Number 2 is we just got to be us, right? No more, no less. Obviously, they've been a tempo team. If you look at Coach Spividal's past, it's the era of Johnny Football and all those things at Texas A&M when they're going fast. So don't worry about the tempo and the shifts and the motions. Just be you, and then continue to get turnovers. Right? I think, how do you do that? Right? Obviously interceptions are great. The play Travis made is a probably once in a lifetime play. When you watch it, he kind of looks like the jump man thing going through and catching the ball. But good things happen when you run to the ball. So if we do those 3 things, then it'll be a good night here in Folsom.
Amen, brother.
All right, there he is.
We appreciate you, man.
There you go.
I think that bought you another day.
That's you know what? Yeah, I think so. I think it just slid a little toward my favor. Got him in and out.
That's
Coach,
good.
we appreciate your time, brother.
Thank you,
appreciate
Coach.
you guys. Thanks so much.
Thanks,
Coach. Y'all tuning in to the pregame show, DNVR Buffs. Together, we are the DNVR Pregame Show. We're coming live from the team meeting room. That was Coach Rob Livingston, defensive coordinator. Maybe I shouldn't have asked him about his 3 keys, because I bet our 3 keys were the same. And now we're going to look like we copied off the DC.
I'm happy to copy.
We just know ball. We just know ball.
We just all know ball.
Yeah, exactly.
I made it through college, high school, and middle school copying off of people's work who are smarter than I.
Dude,
so I have
that
no
makes
problem.
you smart.
Exactly. I have
And
no
speaking
problem.
of smart, we have a PhD in the room that's going to join us next. A PhD in attacking. Professor Dr. Brett Bartolone, tight end coach. He's coming down to join us now. Be here in a sec. Come on down. It's like we did with Coach Rob. His price is right, man.
Break real quick.
Sure.
Yeah, take your time. Go forward.
Shout out to our friends over
I
at
just
Game
got left in
Time.
the dust.
Tickets it's sold out tomorrow. So if you need a ticket, hit up our friends over at Game Time. You can use their Game Time picks to see exactly where your seat is, exactly what the best deals are, all kinds of cool stuff. But take all the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the app, create an account, use promo code BUFFS, BUFFS, for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code BUFFS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it?
Game
Game
time.
time.
Also, shout out to our friends over at Kerr's Lot. Tomorrow, I have 2 extra tickets.
I just always laugh the way you say it. I can't help it.
I have 2 extra tickets tomorrow, and I gave them to my buddy and his girlfriend, and he said, "What do I owe you?" And I said, "Just give me an ice cold Coors Light in the stadium." and we'll call it even. Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, the way those things cost you in a stadium these days, it's about the same. Anyways, wherever you are looking to chill, Coors Light is the way to go. So go to CoorsLight.com/DNVR, and you can have Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Instacart. That's perfect for this low-key Friday night before a big game day tomorrow. Maybe double your order so you can bring them up to the tailgate. It's perfect.
It is absolutely perfect. Say it one more time for me.
Coors Light.
We got Coach Brett B with us, man. Cooler than the other side of the pillow, tight end coach. Coach, welcome to the show.
Oh, it's a blessing to be here, man. I've been waiting on this one. It's been a long time coming.
It has been, man.
I wanted to get in the RV.
Don't worry.
We will have you in the RV.
There's no doubt about it. On one of these road games, we'll be right outside the team hotel, and guests will be coming on instead of us setting up in the lobby, crowding the space like we used to. Now we got a mobile studio.
Yeah.
And,
that thing looks awesome, man.
Yeah, appreciate the love, man. Huh? Appreciate the love. Coach, you've had the benefit of being with Coach Prime, thereby being with the quarterback Shedeur Jackson State, and now here you're coaching the tight end. So I say all this to kind of say that you speak the language. You know what gets them going. How do you take that and work with the tight ends to make sure that they know where to be, when to be, to help the quarterback?
No, it's just following the plan that we've had in place this whole season. When Coach Shermer took over the offense and we started installing the offense, it's okay. What's our role? Where do we fit? And then along with that, where the quarterback expects you to be. And I think they've done a good job doing that. Okay, we have different types of concepts, a lot more than we did last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I think all guys on offense have done a good job in embracing it and knowing it and really executing it. And the tight ends, they have their piece of the puzzle. The receivers, they have a much larger piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
But just explain to them, okay, like in this certain route right here, like, hey, this is when the ball's coming in this coverage, or when you come out of this break and this is the type of coverage that we're getting, this is the type of ball that you expect, things like that, because those are the things that quarterback that we have, that's what he expects.
Yeah.
When you're on the field and he's throwing you the football, he's got really high expectations for you. So part of my job is explaining that to them and making sure that they know what to expect from him when they're out on the field.
Yeah.
Coach, just Savell Smalls, obviously, kind of changing positions. He did play tight end in high school, but what have you seen from him just throughout this process, officially changing over to tight end?
He's completely embraced it, and he just keeps getting better and better and better. And, he came over, after we came back from the break, and in the winter we got to train him through spring practice, got to train him at the position. He just keeps getting better and better. And, to this point, he looks like a natural tight end at this point, right?
Yeah.
And he's really he's taken it upon himself to do all the extra things, right? And there's certain things, obviously we coach him up in the film room, we coach him out on the field, but he takes it upon himself to do the extra work and put the extra time in and the extra study in. He's really a student of the game, and he cares a lot about football, and he cares about a lot about his role on this team. So he's doing a wonderful job.
I think that to have multiple players switch positions to one specific position, you have to have a lot of trust in that coach. And I'm curious, just for you, what the process was like teaching these guys and helping them learn a new position in the way that you did.
Right. So, what I've learned over the last several years in coaching football, like you assume nothing, right?
Yeah.
And every year you start from scratch. And you can't just assume guys, whether they're new guys from the transfer portal, whether they're incoming freshmen who came from the high school level. You can't just assume they know certain things. So you got to cover every single facet of the game. You got to cover every single detail of the game, and that's really, that's what we've been doing. That's how I'm always going to approach it. And those guys in the room, they're great students of the game, and they're great learners, and they've done a really good job learning the position.
Yeah, this team, Coach, well said. This team is absolutely talented and has depth at wide receiver, and there's only one ball. So I got to ask you this, and I'm kind of messing with you a little bit. How excited do you get when there's finally a two tight end set, and you're like, you know what?
Hey, when Savell caught that, he caught that naked last week, and he ran for 13 yards, and then he got helicoptered a little bit at the end there, but you should have seen me in the booth, man. I'm screaming tight end you up there on the defensive guy. They're looking at me like I'm crazy up there, you know. Hey, bring your work boots, bring your lunch pail, and hey, every week we're going to go to work. We're going to do our job. We're going to do our role. Whatever it is, whatever coach asks us to do, we're going to do it, and that's what they've been doing.
And I know I make light of it, Coach, but it's truly one of those. You got to be ready because you never know.
That's right.
And whereas this is, you know, we got Travis out there and LeJontay Wester, and that list goes on and on. You just never know when that's coming to you.
You never know, and that's why, you know, during the week in the game plan, you know, we got certain plays that are going to be up out of 10 personnel. Like we're going to do this with 4 receivers in the game, 4 wide. But we always cover it in our room. It's like, hey, guys, you never know. We find ourselves at this spot, in this situation. This is what we're doing. And as a tight end, you should know all that. You know, you should know the concepts of the offense. You know, you should know all the plays. You should know all the blocking schemes. You should be one of the smarter dudes on the team. So that's what we expect in the room.
Speaking of tight end, you coach, I mean, we've seen the commitments, we've seen the recruits. I'm not going to get you in trouble, but just how excited are you for the future of this program and some of the kids you're recruiting?
Really, really excited. You know, we get some freshmen to come in here, and guys that we could kind of groom and we could kind of grow and develop and do all that good stuff. Guys of high character that love the game, and you know, the size matters, the speed matters, all that stuff that we're looking for. But you know, we expect them to have a role, right, and to approach it like they're going to take someone's spot, right. And I think those are some guys that have the ability to do that. They're going to make this team better.
As one of the coaches that is coming from the booth, what kind of role do you have on game day, and what part do you play from up there?
Just the eyes, you know, and I think we have great communication. It's just, you know, Coach Shermer calls the plays. We watch the defense. We see what they do. We see how they react to the certain play call. We try and pick up tendencies, you know, in between plays, whether it's on the fly, whether it's on the iPads in between series. If something went wrong, we may get a question up in the booth. They ask, okay, what happened here? What happened there? And sometimes we're able to answer it on the fly, but having those iPads is great because you could always look back and reflect on it at the end of the drive and discuss it. So I'm just guys, but there's a lot of things that happen. You know, you're a play caller, and you're down there, and you're looking at your sheet, you're looking at what play to call next. You got to rely on guys upstairs. Okay, this is D&D. This is where the ball's at. You know, hey, be alert to this situation. Last time we were in this situation, this is what we got. Or hey, we may want to think about using timeouts here. You know, stuff like that. So all that comes into play up top.
Coach, finally, before we let you get out of here, know we got practice coming up. Your guys and their impact on special teams and being out there playing, and just the simple finesses of blocking and tackling. Talk about how important it is to your room.
Oh, it's really important, and you know, 2 guys that are doing a great job. Obviously, Savell and Sam. They do a wonderful job on our punt unit right now. You know, they're the guards, and we ask a lot. We ask a lot out of those guards with our scheme, and They probably, aside from the punter, they probably have the most important role, you know, on that scheme, on that punt unit, and protecting the A gaps. And it's a little different technique, right? But that's why you want those tough, long bodies in there, and they're doing a wonderful job on that. And Savell, I think at this point, is on just about every single special teams unit, other than you know, maybe kickoff, right? But that's why you got to have good tight end bodies. They're long, they're physical. They usually know how to block. A lot of them usually played defense at some point in their life in high school, so they could tackle. And all our guys are really doing a good job with that.
You're doing a great job, and guess what I got for you, Coach?
What's that?
I got a couple cigars after the game brought in this weekend.
Well, it's about time, man.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
I've been asking you for a minute.
You have
from the shop.
They're special delivery.
Wow.
My dad. Well, my folks are in town. My dad and my cousin. They brought me a little box, so I'm gonna have a hell of a supply.
You are. Yeah, let's have a hell of a game, man, Coach.
Appreciate
you stopping by.
All right,
Coach.
Thanks,
Appreciate
guys.
you, fam.
Thank you, Coach.
Where we at, Jake?
Where's our cigars, Hunk?
I didn't know y'all smoke cigars. I know Jake smoked some other stuff. I didn't know he smoked cigars.
Oh, man. You want to shout out Bet365?
Shout him out.
Huge shout out to Bet365, man. Best place to get in on your bets. What is it still -2 tomorrow?
Yep.
So we got -2 tomorrow. If you want to get in on that, get in on over at Bet365. Use the code DNVR365 when you sign up, and deposit $10 to activate the bet and get offer. Place a bet of $5 or more and get $200 in bonus bets. Of course, you must be 21 or older and physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you're someone you know has a gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
And then shout out our friends over at Westera Credit Union. They've been doing it for 90 years. They're celebrating their 90-year anniversary as well. They were some of my first friends coming out here to Colorado.
Only friends, right?
Pretty much, yeah. Like it's first or second day, I opened an account with them, and they've always treated me well. But again, they just launched their 90th anniversary CD that offers 9% annual percent yield. Yes, you heard that right, 9% annual percentage yield on a 5-month certificate of deposit. You can start earning high interest on balances as low as $500 and max of $3,000. Insured by the NCUA. This will only be offered for a limited time, so head to westeracu.com to learn more. Early withdrawal penalty applies. Fees could reduce earnings. Rates are accurate as of 9/1/2024. New money and in-branch offer only. Limited time offer subject to change without notice. Review membership account agreement, disclosures, and information. Guide for additional details. Membership eligibility required. Insured by NCUA.
All right, so we're not allowed to talk about Cam, but I think we are allowed to talk to Cam, right?
Yeah, facts.
All right, we'll take it. What's going on, man?
How y'all doing, man? It's been good.
Yes, sir.
Everything
Reach
good.
across here.
Yeah. A dog, period.
Absolutely.
Cam'Ron Silmon-Craig in the house. Gotta love it, man. How you feeling? How's the body? How's the mind?
Oh, it's good.
You all right?
Everything's good, man.
Yeah.
Blessed.
Well, talk to us about the season so far for you, man. Like, how's the vibe going?
Well, we started a little rocky there. Then.
Yeah,
we didn't know it was going. It's been good. I mean, it's been good. Learning the new defense, learning the new guys. It's been a great experience all over. Started off a little slow. For the third play of the game, get hurt, so that I didn't plan on that. But I'm happy to be back in Folsom this weekend and ready to play and make plays.
Your DC was just sitting there a little while ago before Coach Brett. Talk about your relationship that you formed with him and the way y'all communicate. He often even calls upon you when he's done talking like, Cam, you got him.
Like a best friend, honestly. I mean, he's a down-to-earth guy, just a great father, a great husband. I mean, he's everything that I look for in a coach. And he's just a really down-to-earth guy, like extremely down-to-earth. Like, I feel like I go come to him and talk to him about anything. So.
I think you had multiple tweets this week about Coach Livingston.
Nah, facts.
Just, how much respect you have for him, how much it meant for you to have him, run some gas.
Nah, definitely. That's the little things that count. I mean, when he's kind of the one that brought the celebration to us, honestly. So
he told us.
He was kind of like he kind of felt bad for it anyway. But it was different knowing that right or wrong that he has our back and he's gonna stand on the line for us. So that took a lot.
Obviously, first Big 12 game, just going into Baylor. What have been your impressions of them and the two quarterbacks that you're probably going to have to face?
You're going to get two different systems with 7 and 13. Mm-hmm. They're probably the most athletic team we done played this year. Mm-hmm. They got a lot of speed on the outside, a lot of athletic guys at receiver. We just go out there and be us and be Colorado Buffaloes, and we'll handle business.
We talked to Coach Livingston about this, the difference between first half and second half and what the defense does. Mm-hmm. And, we were on the road and you motivated the team and said they won't see the end zone again. Right. When y'all challenge each other like that and people rise to the occasion and it doesn't fall off between the locker room and the field, how do y'all keep that energy going and keep each other up?
That just shows that it means something to us. It means something to everybody on the team. It means something to the coaching staff. It means something to every player. Because going down 28-3 and the way that we did go down 28-3 like a tip ball 6 times, and for the dude to catching the score, it's kind of like a thing like everything going against us right now. We got every reason to sit down or lay down and cry about it, but those guys, we came in the locker room, we said we're not going to let them score no more. We're going to do our part. Mm-hmm. I mean, that was our biggest thing. We understand what the offense got. We understand what our offense got. We understand that at any second they can get it rolling. Yeah. So we just came in and said we're just going to do our part. We're going to do our part, and it's been good ever since then. I mean, we gave up a touchdown since then on some fluke.
Yeah, real fluke.
For real. I mean, so it's been good. I mean, we're growing. We're just trying to get better and better every week. And we come into the week not wanting nobody to touch the end zone. So when they scored last week, it really bothered us. So
you were mad.
Oh, facts. Because they're not supposed to score. Yeah. I mean, Colorado State they were way outmatched from us. I mean, totally outmatched. So they shouldn't have scored, but we took it and went back to the film room. We're just trying to get better now.
I gotta ask, you got looks like you got some family here with you. Who you got here?
I got my mom, dad, and my little sister with me today.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, they came in town. I had to let them see the best show in Denver, man.
Hey, there we go. Hey. I love it, man. Appreciate that. What's it like though playing in front of your family in Folsom Field?
It's awesome. It's awesome. it's an incredible experience. I mean, they love it. They love coming out here every game, every home game. They love the people. They love the whole atmosphere. I mean, it's a lot different where we come from, where we came from. There's a lot of people into the game. They really, you know what I'm saying, third down is really loud here.
Mm-hmm.
So they enjoy it. For my sister, she'll now, I'm going to say her name, my sister Callie, because she get mad when I just say my sister's. My sister Callie, she enjoys it. She loves coming out here. She loves seeing Rafi, so that's the biggest thing.
What have you seen from Carter so far? You know, obviously Shiloh goes down. He comes in playing pretty well, but also changing positions over the offseason. What have you seen from him?
I'm not going to lie to y'all. Carter to me, I'm so proud of him. I'm extremely proud of him. Because Carter come from an NFL background. Dad, mom was a track All-American. I don't know how many times it was. And so Carter have no reason to play football, if we being honest. Like, let's be real. Like, Carter can go do something, go to school for a few years, mess around, and just, you know what I'm saying, have mom and dad look out for him at the end. But Carter comes in here and beats me. He's the only person that beats me to meetings. Like, every day. Carter sits right there where you're sitting at. Carter sit down and beat me to meetings every day. And when I call him, hey, Carter, let's go watch this real quick. Okay. Like, he never give me, I got class, I need to do this, I need to do that. Like, I'm here. So I'm extremely proud of Carter. It's a want-to factor with him. Like, he really wants to be better, and he listens. He comes here every day and works his butts off. You never have a bad day. He always stay even keel, never too high, never too low. So I'm extremely proud of that guy. That guy's going to be a great guy in this secondary for years to come.
Now, after all that, I wouldn't be who I was if I didn't point out when you tease him about crying, though.
That's okay. I'm gonna tell you. So Arizona State game last year, he came in the game and he gave up the game time touchdown. I mean, everybody DB, you give up touchdowns. Come on, let's be real. But he came to the sideline like I'm not gonna lie, it was probably the ugliest cry I ever seen in my life. So he was like,
you don't have to do it now, but your imitation of it
was like crazy. He was laughing, but he was crying, and that just takes who he is, man. That he really care about the game. It really is a big want to with him. So I was like, man, I know if don't nobody care, you care. That's why I tell you something now.
Because he didn't hold back.
Nah, facts.
He's a good dude, man. I love the way he works. You know, coming back from his injury and all that kind of stuff. And a lot of folks just don't appreciate or understand what he brings to this team.
Fact.
But it's really like that with y'all's whole unit because, like you said, first game, you'll go down. That ain't playing. Next game, other people get hurt. But there's been no drop-off back there. So talk about the talent and the depth that we have in that room with Coach Mathis.
We just have a standard, honestly. I mean, in that room, you have a standard that you're going to live by, you're going to abide by. We don't take less than what the standard is. So that's why it's so easy to just plug people in because the next person knows exactly what the standard is supposed to be and what he's supposed to do. So everybody go in every week like they're a starter. Everybody go in and prepare like a starter. So when your time come, you know what I'm saying, it's time to go get it. So we could depend on individual guys. Like when guys come in, we don't change nothing. Like normally you'll see a guy come in and play this position. Now you got to change the defense. Now we going to do what we do. So regardless, it just X.
That's a great point.
I mean, this time last year, you guys are 3-0. I mean, 2-1 now, but it seems like the arrow's pointing much further up than it was last year. Just as a leader on this team, you know, what are some of the differences that you could highlight from right now to this time last year?
We love each other. We love each other. We love our DC. We love our coach. We love our coaches. We actually we're bought in. Everybody's bought into what the coaches say and what they believe. It shows just I keep going back to Nebraska, but that shows like how much the love we got for Coach Livingston.
Yeah.
He came in the locker room and said, "We just don't let them score no more. Like we're gonna do our part, just let them score no more." We came out and did exactly that. I mean, no frowning faces, no letdowns. We just came out and did what we do. So that's the biggest thing. It's a lot of you can say a lot of different things at different positions, but for the most part, it's all about the love you got for your brother and the guy you playing on the side of him. Sorry.
You strike me as a guy who's always bought in, though, and I know you were bought in last year too. So what's it like to kind of see that develop around you and see the guys around you, you know, start showing up early to meetings and things like that?
It feels good. It feels good to not have to always be the rah-rah guy. That knowing that today you don't have to check this because what's the name, I already told him about it before you got here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's the difference. That's winning for program, and that's a program that's on the rise. So that's the biggest thing from this year to last year. I mean, we're selfless. Like a lot of guys even guys that was on the team last year that was selfish last year, had a little selfish in them and came back and they kind of changed their whole, like, you know what I'm saying? If it's enough good, it'll weed out all of the bad, and if it's more bad, it's gonna weed more bad. So we've had a lot of good come in and a lot of good stay. So a lot of the bad has kind of just slowly weaved itself out.
Cam, we're gonna help you get out of here because we know you got practice coming up. Get ready for that. But a couple things before we go. One, to Alyssa. Let her know, as a snacker, there's no quiet way to open snacks. You got to just go ahead and do it. Like, the longer you take, the louder it is. Just, if you got the snacks, just hit the snacks.
This a Hall of Fame snacker right here, too.
Like,
he really mad because dinner started and he a little late today. He really mad.
Facts. Like, I'm giving her expert advice. You got to just go with the snacks. One of the things when Coach Rob is up in this room and he puts the good, bad, ugly on the screen, whatever, I used to love when the bad wasn't a bad, but the bad was that y'all didn't celebrate together. So he'll show like an interception in practice, be like, man, go. So to have a coach encourage y'all, and even on the sidelines, I've just heard him say, man, do it, I'll pay the fine.
Yeah,
let's go.
That's how you feel. Because it's you think when a guy come from the NFL, you'll think that the guy's just so serious and that he just here, we're gonna do this, but that guy is totally different than what you would think he was. So we coming in, he said you work too hard not to celebrate. I mean, and it's so true. I mean, we wake up 5 o'clock in the morning, 4 days out of the week, and we practice here. We hard, hurting, everything hurting, and we get a pick, and nobody do nothing.
Yeah.
Like, why not? Why not celebrate? So that's just who he is, man. That's why I love him to death, man. That's just who he is.
Well, I hope you guys have plenty of reasons to celebrate
Yeah,
tomorrow.
that's why I said. That's why I said I hope I run 10 guys every week.
Let's go.
We're gonna catch a peak of 18 every week. We're gonna get a flag. So y'all just be ready for it.
Now, Cam, you got something I never had, and that's a little sister. So this opportunity now, she'll come down. You can put on the show live.
Callie, come here.
She ain't hesitate. I love it.
Come around. Nah, she good. She good on camera.
Damn, look at the shoes, too.
Rocking it. You got to wave to the camera.
Say hey. say go Buffs.
Yeah, let's go.
Appreciate you, Cam.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, have a good one.
Hey, we got Saucy Southern at the tailgate tomorrow, so we'll save you a plate for after the
Shout
game.
out them boys.
Shout them out.
All right.
We'll tell them you said
Mississippi
what's up.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Thanks,
All
Cam.
right, Callie.
We'll talk soon.
Great
bro.
job.
Bye, Callie.
Yes, sir.
Legend.
There we
Derek,
go.
Cam, Silmon-Craig. Like, if you could just bottle him and sell it. Like, the dude is magnificent, man. All over the place, leadership. First in the room, last to leave, leading in film hours. Like, when you see what happens on the field, it's no accident because you see what happens in this room and in practice. Like, high motor all day long.
I mean, it just comes through in how he talks, man.
Yeah.
You can just tell how bought in and how dedicated he is to the game.
And confident and locked in. And I think I said it last year. I said if I was going to buy one player's jersey, it'll be his. Well, his is finally available. So
go out there and get that, man.
My word.
Yeah, not just you, but everybody. Cam is the NIL, man. Support him. You know, get that 7. Let's rock.
Yes, sir.
All right.
What we got, Jake?
We're going to hit one more break before our final guest comes in. Then we'll do Prime Players
Prime players.
after Coach Pollock. What do you love?
I love my Toyota.
Cruising along the front range.
You know, had to ride up here in Jake's car today. Not as good as the Toyota. It's not as good. I'm sorry.
Just being honest,
I appreciate
man.
the ride.
You're welcome.
But yeah, man, Toyota's the best, and you got to check them out because these things are smooth. They are full of great features. They are affordable. They are reliable. Anything that you would need in a car, Toyota's got it for you. So they've also been supporting us for quite a minute here. So unless you're riding in our sick new bus, you should be riding in a Toyota. Check out our Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota, proud partner of CU Athletics and the official vehicle of DNVR.
And the Front Range. And my guy, Chris Evans from Memphis, Tennessee, is in the building. Shout out to Chris Evans. And we were riding along today. Sadly, we were not in the Toyota, but I described and explained to him the Front Range. Look to the west, young man.
Did he pick it up fast?
He picked it up fast and even said, I wonder where the Toyota dealerships are now that I know where the Front Range is. Fast learner, that guy, Chris Evans.
And also shout out to our friends at UC Health with Coach Prime as their Chief Motivation Officer for their Ready, Set, Go challenge to get Colorado back to its rightful place as the healthiest state in the country. Point of emphasis for this month, actually, sleeping better. Take care of yourself.
I think I'm averaging like 7.5 hours.
That's great.
That's huge. I needed it bad.
Coach Prime stood right there where Alyssa's light is and told the team when they were talking about money and what to do with it, he said, man, you got to learn how to invest in your mattress and your pillows.
Yes, he did. Yep.
He said, trust me. That's where you want to spend your money, is where you spend your time.
So don't sleep on sleep. Getting
Don't
8
sleep
hours
on sleep
is the magic number. Whether it's putting your phone down, just finding a better bedtime,
I can
whatever
make you
it
put
is.
your phone down.
We can all get better sleep. And if you want to join UC Health's Ready, Set, Co Challenge, click the link in the show notes or go to uchealth.org/readysetco.
Ready, Set, Co. As in CO, as in Colorado. So creative.
Yes,
I've been
sir.
enjoying his commercials too, man. The health commercials on TV. They're slick, man. I
Those
love
are
it.
the only commercials on TV. Coach Prime commercials.
Could you imagine like the CU haters, how much they hate watching college football right now?
If you love football and hate Coach Prime, you are
bad
having
business.
a
You're having a tough time.
bad season.
Because between the health ads, KFC, DirecTV, the pigeon with the necklace on.
Yep.
That's the best one.
Yeah.
And then you've got Shador and Shiloh with the Google.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet they're just sitting there with the Arthur fist like, I'm so mad.
Shaking.
Haters.
And one last shout out. Come hang out at our tailgate tomorrow. You can come see the bus, and we are going to have Saucy Southern. As we said, Saucy Southern, founded by two cousins from Jackson. I mean, everything there is delicious.
And I'm here to announce to you guys and to the world that because of the night game and because of transportation not with the team, I get to come to the tailgate.
Let's go. Finally.
I get to finally come to the tailgate. Don't know how long I get to stay, but I get to finally come to the tailgate.
By the way, I meant to ask you this on the ride up, but we're just going to do it live. Do you want to ride in the RV to the tailgate?
Sure.
All right, let's do it.
That'd be killer.
But shout out Saucy's.
Blow the
whether
horn
it's
a
their
lot.
St. Louis
It's
spare
not really an
ribs,
RV. The tour bus, I'm calling it.
grilled chicken wings, hot Louisiana style hot links, potato salad, all kinds of good stuff. You can find them on the corner of University and Evans. They're open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Come get lost in the sauce.
Yeah. Like I was absolutely coming tomorrow, but the saucy thing just tipped it over. Like,
I know.
Oh, yeah. Have you had it since we went that one time?
Yeah. Not only about 2, maybe 3 times on my own, they have catered a couple of football events for us.
Nice.
So, yeah, they're good partners, man.
Those guys are the absolute best, man.
Yep.
I can't wait to see
Mississippi
'em.
guys. Memphis, Mississippi guys. I think they had some Tennessee roots too, I think.
I love it.
Well, how much time do we have to kill here?
Pollock is coming. I can shoot him a reminder text, but let's roll,
We
man.
got plenty of things to talk about.
Yeah. Well, how was practice this week? What stood out to you?
Energy. This season has kind of like gone in layers. So start with week 1. You get a home game, right? And it's the new season. You can't help but be up for that. What's next?
Rivalry.
Road game, rivalry. Like you can't. Then what's next? Another road game rivalry. So now the appreciation for, all right, BS, is behind us. We're really in the season now because this is conference ball.
Yep.
And the only thing that matters is winning these conference games to go to the Big 12 championship. And so the guys are focused in that starts with Baylor coming here. Mm-hmm. This is a conference game.
How confident are you? The performance from last week, one of the best performances of Coach Primera so far. How confident are you that will translate over into this week pretty seamlessly?
I'm confident because they're confident. Sitting in with Coach Shermer's presentation to the offense and Coach Livingston to the defense, I think there's a good formula scheme in place, even dealing with the quarterback changes should they happen or when they happen. I think there's some matchup issues that favor us from a receiver and their secondary standpoint. I think one of the things that we have to be keenly aware of is they're predominantly 11 personnel and they're going to try to tempo, right? Now, here's the other thing that we got to be keenly aware of. This is a C-level team coming to Boulder.
Right.
So I want to see how long that tempo lasts. Mm-hmm. And I think it's actually can be a reverse thing where we tempo them sometimes.
Sure.
Because if you ain't been here, you ain't been here.
Yep.
Like it matters. So I think there's an interesting dynamic. I will say that when you look on paper, not judging anybody, disrespecting, I think, they're 2-1, we're 2-1, but I think we're the best team they've played. Mm-hmm. So they're going to get a matchup, and they're going to have to rise to an occasion. And I think what we got to do is just play our ball, be ourselves, and take the good and the bad from what we learned this season. And I like our chances because I like our talent and our depth.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they did face a good challenge in Utah,
Mm-hmm.
but a very different challenge to me, the thing about this team is they're pretty strong on the inside. They are not, in my opinion, up to the caliber of Nebraska, but I think they can actually pose some similar challenges. I think the biggest difference might just be the fact that it's at home.
Yeah.
It is good to be back.
It
man,
is,
the friendly
man.
confines of Folsom Field. You combine, what Nebraska was able to do from a pass rush standpoint with the sound and all of that. It was a incredibly daunting task.
Yeah.
This one you're gonna have nice quiet ability to communicate out there on the field. So I think that'll make a big difference. But I'm so interested to see how this works out. We haven't seen their secondary be tested whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
How good are they? We haven't seen their pass rush be tested for the same reasons.
Yep.
They're just no one's passing against them. So it'll be really interesting to see kind of what Baylor looks like in a fully different fight than they've been in. So
Man,
far.
I am so looking forward to that. You're looking at us, 333 yards, and they're allowing like 75. But when you dig deeper into those games, it's not like they're shutting it down that level. It's like we got some things they haven't seen before,
right?
Talent-wise, speed-wise, and the accuracy of the quarterback. So I'm expecting our 333 average to be more the norm than their 75. And I think that's going to simply be the difference in the game. Also to that, when those quarterback switches, I think is really upon the discipline of the linebackers in Andre Hart's room, for that RPO stuff, not to bite, not to cheat, not to get ahead and just stay where your assignment is. Because if one of those things opens up and they break one, there's another long score on the ground.
Right.
But again, they're coming here, we're at home. And you said something, RK, that was just tremendously spot on for me. I did not appreciate it as much as when I was in the moment, Nebraska. I did not appreciate it as much as I was in the moment, Colorado State. But now that's behind us and I look back, it takes a toll on you 2 weeks in a row in that kind of environment.
Yeah.
Like it is, you look back and you're like, damn, I walked through that.
Well,
That was hot.
I am excited to be back home. I can only imagine how the coaches and players feel to not only be back home, but not have to deal with a hostile atmosphere this week.
Right. I mean, it's not just your average road games. It's road games where they hate you.
Yes.
Truly hate you. And I hope we never have to do it again, to be honest. For
sure.
Playing back-to-back road rivalry games was too much. It honestly feels like we can just have a season now.
Literally, yes.
Like this whole
all right,
entire
that's behind us.
Dude, week one was, oh my God, you can't lose to North Dakota State. They're FCS. That would be so embarrassing. So there's this extra pressure on it. Then week two is Nebraska. Obviously, there's everything that comes with Nebraska. Week three is Colorado State and everything that comes with Colorado State.
Yeah.
Now it's just okay, let's just go play football.
Yes.
Now we just get to do normal football things and not all this, sideshow rivalry stuff anymore, which I love it, but 2 straight weeks, which it's really the week before Nebraska, the week of Nebraska, and then leading up to Colorado State. It's a lot, man.
Yeah. Can you share with us anything about Dallin Hayden?
I can. He did get out there and practice some this week. Had lunch with Coach Flea and just directly asked him what's he going to do, and he said Dallin would not be a go this week.
Okay.
Yeah, so looks like it'll be Micah again with the lion's share.
Let's go.
I think Dallin is reported being 80-85%, so it's one of those things where he's back, but let's let him be back fully.
Yeah.
Because you got another road coming, then a bye week, so let's pace ourselves and not reset it. And then the beauty of that situation is Michael proved himself. He proved himself all spring, all summer internally, but he proved himself to the world.
Yeah.
And I think that allows Dallin to heal up a little more. It's not like I went out there and ran the ball,
Yep.
we got a guy that can get it done.
Block bully?
Yeah.
Great question. Let me find that out, and we'll have the answer shortly before we get off the air.
Okay.
I forgot to ask about that one.
And then just Bent, how's he doing with his foot?
Doing good. I'm laughing because I happened to be walking through the treatment room, and AP was doing the treatment on Bentley, so we all sat there and talked. And Bentley's feeling good about it. And this electronic pulse machine that they were doing on the toe, I left them with a parting joke and said, when y'all done, I want to take that home with me.
Jesus.
Oh, my God.
I got some blood circulation.
I wouldn't recommend that.
Can help with. AP said if you take it, don't bring it back. It's yours. So no, Bentley's looking good, man. Walking well. It's just one of those things. Tyler, it's one of those things that just between reps, you just rest it when you can in rehab and get ready for the next week.
Rock.
You doing good?
What's up?
Hey, just you and me both, brother. That's Tyler Brown at the door going to the cafeteria.
Gotta feed that man.
You have to feed that man.
Any update on Shiloh? I wouldn't expect him to play, but how's he doing?
No, not playing, but spirits are high. Saw him today in the cafeteria as well. He's keeping the cast on and off depending on the situation. I think at this point you're still just waiting on the internal scarring to heal because he will be able to play in the cast. So he's much like Dallin Hayden. The group is performing so well, it's buying him time. Then you got that road game in the bye week. I think you'll see him. I think you'll see Shiloh in Florida, but especially after the bye week.
Can you share any light on just how he's been helping Carter get prepared for these games?
Probably so much so that Carter's like, all right, man.
Yeah,
that's enough. I'm good.
Yeah. Kind of like Rob Livingston said, you see a guy take the helmet off, like I'm tired of listening to you. Shiloh hasn't missed a beat. He's at practice, even when they put the film stuff up on the screen, he's watching film hours, even though he's in that category that's not mandated. So he's still functionally energetic, a part of this team and being an extension of the coach in the secondary.
Love it.
Yeah, you see some situations where a guy is hurt and you just don't see them until they're ready. The guys here who are on the mend, they're in team meetings. They're watching their film hours because they know when I'm ready, I got to be ready. Cordell, he's been, he's coming back. He's healing up. He's able to go out there and do some small things. He'll be another one of those guys that's back right after the bye week.
Love it. Just speaking on film hours, how have you seen this team kind of respond to that and answer the bell from Coach Prime, who is as adamant as I've seen really any coach about making sure those guys, get in the film?
Great question. I don't think Joe Public can truly appreciate the premium that Coach Prime puts on practice and film, and thereby the category of preparation. That if he doesn't see it at practice, the fans will never see it in the game. And if he doesn't see you doing the dedication to film hours, depending on where you rate, you might not even dress, might not even travel, or then may not even get in the game. There's a threshold of expectation from just the level of preparation, not his level of Hall of Fame. He's not expecting, people to be like him, but he's expecting this is what I know you got to invest if you're going to be successful. And when you're not investing that, I can't trust to put you out there. You don't know what the hell you're doing.
Yeah.
And so there's situations, week to week, where I think even in the chat or the fan base or the Discord, you hear people clamoring for somebody, and sometimes you don't see them because of film. Sometimes you don't see them because, this kind of issue or that kind of issue. And that's why Coach Prime is always about discipline, because he'll tell you the guy that's late for a meeting is the guy that's going to jump off sides.
Yeah.
The guy that didn't watch enough film is the guy who's going to get the personal foul, after the play. It starts with discipline and taking care of business.
Or worse, be out of position. And
oh, absolutely.
Touchdown.
Yeah, that's like the giving is going to happen if you don't watch film. Yeah. And so instead of us giving up a touchdown in that situation, that guy's just not going to be on the field.
Yeah. I mean, you hear things like, man, Travis ran that route for the receiver.
Yeah. Film.
That's not because – now, let me be clear. He has all the talent in the world, which helps him.
But he's
running the route for the receiver because he knows what route the receiver is going to run before they even snap the ball.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that comes from film.
And it's so much about what Coach Prime talks about, just knowing how to play receiver, that it just makes it easier when you see these route combinations coming at you. You know basically what to expect because he's just seen it from all different angles on both sides of the ball. You can come on, Coach.
Got our fourth co-host here.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Evans.
We're running along today.
Right here? Yeah, I think I just knocked the headphones down.
There you go.
I'll text you.
Hey, I'm just
Check
trying,
your text.
I'm just trying to get on the bus.
Hey.
I'm on my picture on the
No, you have to sit down to be on the show, though.
I'm on my picture.
He went in Ric Flair mode. He's like, Tony Schiavone, let me tell you something.
Hey, listen. Diamonds are forever, and so is Ric Flair.
Hey, you are welcome to come on the bus.
Dude, that bus is sharp. I saw it driving up, man.
Yes,
y'all look good.
It's crazy, man. I've actually been meaning to clip this. Jacob Polite sent me that July 23rd of 2023, he was on the show and I was talking about it. Just what if we got an RV and rode around to all the games next year? So to see it come full circle has been pretty cool.
That's pretty
We'll
cool.
absolutely have you on there for one of these road trips.
No
How's
doubt.
it going?
It's going great, guys. How you guys doing?
Not too bad, man.
Happy to be back in Folsom, man.
Man, I tell you what, I told Prime today on our walk, I said, man, it feels like a month since we've been home. So,
Yep.
you know, it's exciting to get back. And you know, it's homecoming, so everybody's going to be here excited. And, you know, which, I mean, we're going to have a packed stadium no matter what. But it's nice for the alumni to come back and see, you know, how the program looks and how excited the town of Boulder is and, you know, the economic impact.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Rick, I mean, I was about to call you
Hey,
Ric
it's
Flair.
okay, man. It's
Get
all
so
right.
confused.
Hey, listen, like he said, I watched the funniest thing the other day. It was one where he told he started. He said, "Hey, girls, I'm not taking my shirt off today. I'm styling and profiling." So, hey,
calm
listen,
down.
when I take my shirt off, you know, we got ways to go. We're working there. We're getting there.
heading in the right direction.
We're heading in the right
So
direction.
one of me and Coach Pollock's pastimes is exchanging Ric Flair clips.
Look, I love it.
He's a
Love
legend.
it.
Coach, you know, we were just talking about before you walked in. You know, we go to Nebraska, hostile road trip rivalry game. We go to Colorado State, same situation. And it was only, at least for me, when I got done with both those trips, I looked back and said, damn, it's good to be home. Like,
Right.
you know, our crowd, our preparation, our team hotel, our cafeteria, you name it. What kind of impact have you seen this week from the team just simply being home?
Well, like I say, it's just, you know, like for today, for instance, they got some time to kind of relax and chill out a little bit. And, you know, we're not on the road. You know, we get some things knocked out, and then they get a time to kind of just have a little time to themselves that they may not have had throughout the week as much. And for coaches as well, you know, we need an afternoon to, you know, run up to the dry cleaners or you know, go to the store and pick up some things or just kind of just sit down and chill out and watch some film and, you know, get an extra peek at them, but at the same time just have a little time that we're just, you know, can relax and kind of get ourselves mentally prepared for tomorrow. So definitely being back home I think is huge for us because, like I said, it's been 3 weeks.
Yep.
Feels like a month.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm so excited to see our student section tomorrow. I can't tell you. I'm just so pumped up to see them and just to walk out there and to hear how they cheer for us and all there, it's just great. And then the little kids that's going to be around, you know, when we come out the tunnel, you know, reaching down there, give them a little fist bump and go. So I'm excited.
And in my experience, the students are always a little bit louder after you take care of CSU. Like,
No doubt.
Like that one means the most to the students, you know, because they got their friends who are up there and all that. So I think the student section will be turned all the way up tomorrow.
Well, they gonna have all day to get ready.
Oh, yeah.
And you know they gonna be getting ready.
Oh, they will get
And when
ready.
they gonna be drinking?
They gonna
Coors Light.
they gonna be drinking this straight out of Golden, Colorado, baby. I promise you.
Speaking of that, though, like we were just talking about this, back-to-back rivalry games on top of back-to-back road games is a lot.
Yeah.
How nice is it to just be able to like get back to this is just straight a football game.
Well, the thing about it is you know the rivalry games really are more for the fans, to be honest with you. I mean it is what it is, but when you're a coach and you're a player, you know, every game is big because like to me to be honest with you, I kind of divide the season up, you know, into groups of 3. So we had the 3 preseason games that kind of, and we're 2-1 through that part. Well, now the real season starts. The Big 12 starts, and those are the important games. You know, those. I mean, listen, we love to win the other ones. We love to win the other ones, but you know, if I had my choice, I'd rather win them Big 12 games because that's where we're playing for something. You know, we're playing. I mean, I understand we're playing for pride, and and you always want to compete, and it's for little bragging rights and everything. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you what. At the end of the year, if you win a Big 12 championship and go to the playoffs, that's all the bragging you can do there, you know.
Well said.
Coach Micah, you know, had a great game last week, and you guys played a very complete game. Just what do you envision for Micah just moving forward and kind of replicating what happened last week, a really complete football game around all
Well, I'll tell you
sides.
what, that is one thing that I've seen throughout my time with Coach Prime is he understands how to get a freshman ready to play. He knows. I mean, he did the same thing with Travis. He didn't just throw Travis in there 120 plays the first game at Jackson State. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He kind
And
of
too much to Travis's chagrin and anger. He still didn't fold.
Yes, he still, he didn't. And, Micah, he wanted to put Micah in a position in North Dakota State. He wanted to get him some carries at the end, but some things happened. And he didn't want him to be a situation where it was his first couple of carries in a one possession, a closer game. And, that way he didn't make a mistake that could really haunt him and everything. So he's done a good job of bringing him along. And Micah's just a great kid. I mean, I knew when we started recruiting him out of Georgia, I knew he was different. I mean, let me tell you something. That kid came out here. He never talked about NIL. His mom and daddy never cared about that. They just wanted him to play for us. And I'm a little partial to him because I'm from Georgia, and I reached out to him early in the recruiting process and told him that we loved him, we wanted him, and he was on our list. And man, every conversation I had with him throughout that time, and of course Coach Flea's the same way through his recruitment of him. It was just always, Coach, I want to play for Colorado. I want to play for you guys. And it never came up about how much money I can make by playing here. And I'm gonna tell you something. The kid has just come here. He's gone to work, and he is just, I tell you what, he was disappointed he didn't get to play at North Dakota State.
I'm sure. Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you what, that next week he came out and it has really driven him. Yeah. And I was so proud that he popped a good run to start his career off last week, and that kind of gave him some confidence. And I think he's just going to keep growing. I think he's just going to keep getting better because he works his butt off in the weight room. He works his butt off at practice, and he's just such a good kid. He's so humble, and man, he has really been a positive for us. We need a lot more kids like him.
And I saw this week during practice, whether it's from a coaching standpoint or other players who are out there with the unit he's working with, it was less and less having to help him this week.
Yes,
you could see from the end of the previous game, through practice this week that no one's having to say no this side or no this. He is getting there himself.
Well, the thing that people don't realize about the running back position is guys that we recruit typically, when you recruit a running back, he's the guy at his school. So listen, every place he's getting the ball. Yeah. I mean, there ain't a lot else for him to do, but hey, go right or go left. You know what I mean? And I mean, there's not a lot of pass protection, in the running back position, and when you got a stud like that, because typically your offense revolves around him. So the fact that he's starting to really grasp the offense really well, which takes some time for the running backs in our offense, because there is a lot they have to remember. And unlike a lot of the other positions, our play calls don't always tell them what they had. They just have to kind of memorize it. And
great point.
And so it's a little bit more difficult. Like we can call the same formation, and then it may put him on the right, may put him on the left, may put him behind the quarterback. Just all depends.
Yeah, and that's when you'll see Shedeur go left.
Right, that's right.
Come on over here.
Yeah, and but you know what? I've always, ever since I've run a shotgun style offense from the spread, formations, it's always been an issue getting a running back on the right side. I always had a quarterback just had to switch to running back. And I get it because there is so much for them to remember. It's a lot more, and then of course in college, they're starting to run more inside and outside zone that a lot of teams don't run in the high school level, and if they do run it, they really don't they're not able to coach it up like we coach it. Not that they're not capable, they just don't have the time. Right. They don't have the linemen to really do. I mean, the coaches are more than capable of doing it at that level. They just don't have that time. But like I say, he's coming along great, man. I'm so excited for him. I mean, I think he's going to have a breakout game.
Let's go.
This is a debate we've been having this week, and I'm just curious where you land on it. What was your favorite throw that Shedeur made last week?
Oh man, wow. I'm not going to lie to you. I love to throw to Travis late. The touchdown late. Yep. I loved it. I thought that was poetic. I thought right there, to make it in front of the guy, he made it in front of. We won't get all into that, but just to kind of
been in it all week.
That's what I'm saying. We just to make it in front of that guy and make a play, and just to kind of put the stamp on it, and he made so many good throws, but the thing about that one that I loved that he baited the corner on that. He gave a little shoulder. It kind of reminded me of my quarterback back in 2016. We were playing a state championship, same exact play, and our quarterback kind of baited the shoulder and threw an 80-yard touchdown ended up making us go ahead for the state championship. So it kind of brought back memories for that for me. And that was just a heck of a throw. Like, he just put it right in there.
What is that like for you as a coach when you see the cover two and you see the guy, you know, going between the corner and the safety, and you see the ball going in for that, you know, that tight shot? Do you get a little tense in there, or do you get excited?
Oh, no, man. I get excited because you know what's about to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, especially when you got number 2 throwing it. I mean, you know.
And 12 on the other end.
Yeah, 2 to 12. Come on, what are we talking about? I mean, come on, man. I mean, that gone.
Mike Pollock, Ric Flair. Coach, I got to ask you this. Last week for me, I think the difference maker in Nebraska to North Dakota, Nebraska to Colorado State was this. That Coach Prime called for inside zone, live, we hitting for real.
Right.
A complete series of practice, and it went on for a while.
Yes.
And when we got there, it helped. What have you seen this week that this squad is focused on that you think is going to translate, that may clean up some things from the past 3 games?
Well, you know, we changed our offensive line lineup last week, and I think giving them another week to work together as that first 5 unit is going to help them. You know, there's a couple of guys in there in some different spots that we shook it up a little bit, and I think just the more they can work together, the better it's going to be. So I've seen just some better communication with those guys. I've seen some better execution, and just them being confident with each other a little bit more, playing beside each other, because that truly is, even though it's 5 guys, it's really one unit. I mean, it is truly one unit, and they have to work in unison together. So I'm excited to see how they've grown this week.
Mike Pollock,
All right,
a.k.a. Ric Flair.
Thanks, Coach. We'll see you next
guys,
week.
I appreciate y'all, man. Listen, I'm gonna get my fat head on the side of that bus for the end of the year now.
I like that as a goal. You know what?
I'm
Matter of
telling
fact,
you,
here's what we need to do. After that first game on the road, we need to add a face a week on who gets
no doubt.
Like who gets a shot out.
No
Whether it's
doubt.
players, coach, like difference maker.
Come on,
Remember
man.
the Gruden Grinders?
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah. We might even
I'm
rig
all
that
for
thing
it.
with Pollock as the first one.
Listen, I'm always cutting edge, man. I always come up with cutting edge ideas. I mean, listen.
That's why you're a co-host on this show, man.
Often imitated, never duplicated.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
go.
We were in the office before the show. Somebody came by and said, "Hey, Coach Pollock, Coach Prime wants to see you," and he's like, "All right." And he said, "You know what he wants?" He said, "I always know what he wants."
Hey, that's right.
Thanks, Coach.
I love it.
All right, brother.
Hey, we got a lot of people watching. Not everyone has liked it so far, so make sure you hit us with a like if you're tuning in.
Hit a like.
But also,
subscribe.
after Alyssa adjusts our shot again, which she has done so well on and off today, I want to play the video that we dropped this morning of Coach Prime coming to check out our new ride. So as soon as you have it, Alyssa, we can roll that in just a second. I'm going to keep trying to stall to
You gotta
give
stall
her
it.
more time.
Snack time.
It could happen anytime. Let's do it.
Here it is.
Y'all been balling, man. It's great.
It's like a monument to college football. This thing is to go in a museum once we're done with it.
Neely, where the snack drawer at?
You know, I'm not gonna miss no meal.
Oh, the snack drawer.
This is crazy.
Y'all on the move now. Yes, sir.
It's true. You're in the bathroom, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know what the rule to these kind of things is I had a pre-post and I have a bust now. We say no solid.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Pretty cool, huh?
Shout out Promotico, man. Like I said, or like we said on the tweet, they saw what we did for the Nebraska week, and they were like, "What if you guys took that up a notch?" And
more like 10 notches.
Yeah, and they sent us kind of just the kind of work that they've done in the past.
Yeah.
But my God, they are making our lives a hell of a lot easier. They put the wrap on it. They gave us our driver, Kenny Highways. He doesn't know we
who
call
has
him
not
that
agreed
yet.
to that name.
No, he doesn't know that yet, but I think he's gonna like it.
No, I slipped and said it to him. He like, huh? I was like, that.
Never mind.
Yeah.
He's like, you're like, RK hasn't. RK, you didn't tell him about his name. They have that whole thing decked out. It's got cable on there.
Yeah.
It's obviously got the the Starlink internet. It's got 9 TV screens we counted.
Yeah.
I think it was 7 or 8.
Okay, 7 or 8 TV.
Whether you're talking to Deion Sanders or Coach Prime, like neither one of those entities are typically speechless, and he was speechless.
Yeah, that was
like he walked around. It's like, okay, I see where you're going.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Shout out to Coach for coming to check it out.
Definitely.
And yeah, shout out to Promotico for setting us up.
Kenny Highways, who doesn't know his name yet.
Yeah,
if you're watching.
Learn.
Kenny Highways, we had a hilarious moment with Kenny Highways.
Oh man, he scared the hell out of some poor girl on campus.
So when we pulled
at the
up,
top of the hill,
yes,
I saw it.
Bro.
Yeah, I saw it because he hit the horn. She was walking behind.
So
she lost her shit. Like, yeah, I saw it.
No, she was in. There was a girl.
There's another one in front.
He was just trying to give her a little tap,
Yeah.
like, "Hey, we're pretty close to you," and he hit it, but the horn got stuck.
That's when I was walking up towards y'all. I saw that happening. It's like in slow motion.
And this is not your little like beep beep.
Oh no!
This is like boat horn, like murr, and it's just stuck down. And this girl damn near jumped out of her shoes.
Love it.
We're
gonna work the hell out of that horn.
We were done. We were.
All right, prime players.
Do it.
And then we'll get to super chats. Offensive player of the game. Who wants to go first?
We'll start down here, man, because it's repetitive for me, and I'm going to keep doing it because I see it at practice, and I believe it. Will Shepherd. It's going to happen. There's going to be a game. Hey, Hilo. There's going to be a game. My first cousin just walked by, my white first cousin.
What's up, Coach?
Yeah, we're live, man. Yeah. You can come right here and say what's up. You can stand over there. They will when you come past the camera. Everybody loves Hilo.
It's George Hilo.
Yeah. My man.
What's up, Coach?
What's up, Coach? Good to meet
See
you.
you too.
Don't you just love being live?
Yeah,
it's great.
I'm still going with Will Shepherd. I see it at practice. I see the receptions. I see the chemistry between Shador and Will. We've had a couple of games where they've hit, and then a little mishap happens and the chemistry gets off. But I think if we can start here at home, get one to Will, he's really the 50-50 ball back pylon. He's the guy.
I also picked Will Shepherd, and I agree. It's time, man.
Yeah.
It's time.
Yeah. It's not overdue, but it's time.
Yeah. I mean, he's very talented. He's one of the best players we brought in this offseason.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's a matter of time with him.
Yep. And, we'll see just how good Baylor's secondary is. But in my opinion, the better a secondary is, the more opportunities Will Shepherd is going to get. And the reason I say that is because him and Shador seem to have a connection on that back shoulder ball.
Mm-hmm.
And that, to me, is the number one cheat code against tight coverage. There's no coverage that could stop a perfect back shoulder ball. And I think there's some high hopes, at least from the Baylor side, about just how good that secondary is. So if they're sticky out there in coverage, you're going to see Will Shepherd get some opportunities.
Is that 3 out of 3?
No.
No.
I'm going LaJohntay Wester.
All right.
And
because you've seen it.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't think we have seen it yet.
Yeah.
Even though we've seen it, I don't know if
ours.
we've really seen it. He's kind of always open.
Yeah.
And the way that he gets in and out of his breaks is incredibly impressive. So, yeah, I think that there could be a game where he makes, a catch on 6 plays in a row.
Get this, though, man. We know Travis is doing, he's 342 yards. Jimmy Horn Jr. is 246. Get this with Wester and Shepherd. Wester is 158 and Shepherd is 143. We've seen balls get away that could have changed.
Yeah,
those.
they could almost double that.
Yeah, they really could be the Jimmy and Travis in any given game.
And then LaJohntay said this week too, the punt returns are coming. And I believe him because he's an electric punt returner. I think it's a matter of time for that as well. So, yeah, a LaJohntay true breakout game is on the horizon.
I like your pick. I like me and Jake's better, but I like your pick.
Thanks.
Defense, I went with Nakai Hill-Green.
Nice.
Not bad.
He's just a dog, man. And, he got his opportunity against Nebraska. He made the most of it then, made the most of Colorado State. he's just on this upward slope. I think he's going to keep getting better, more confident with this defense, and just emerge as a leader for this team. So I expect him to be out there thumping, making hard hits, making plays once again this weekend.
Yeah, man, he plays fast, and I love that about him. Give me Dayon Hayes.
Nice.
Need someone to get back there in the
Yeah,
backfield.
you want some sacks.
Yeah, well, and I also think some tackles for loss are in play for this game. I think Baylor's first initiative is going to be to run the ball, and they've got a lot of speed, so it's going to test the edges. And I think Dayon Hayes is incredibly well positioned to make some tackles for loss in this game.
Love the pick. They're certainly coming out in 11 personnel, and we don't have a contractual agreement with them, but if they do what they've been doing, you can expect those first couple plays to be runs. I like Hayes and getting back there. For eye candy reasons and because I witnessed the toe getting treated, I put Bentley. I think he's going to be ready. I think he's 100%, which for him is about 120% with his effort. And I think the linebackers are going to have a big game, and who better than Bentley to have a big game?
I hope that last week Levante Bentley realized that he is just stronger than everyone else on the field, and he can take the ball from whoever he wants.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, that's your ball.
Take it.
Just go get it.
I love
Because
it.
that was still
That was so close to being a touchdown.
That was one of the most disrespectful strips I've ever seen.
Yeah, give me that.
Yeah. And he kind of like tossed his body one way while pulling the ball out another.
And did you see the disgust on the quarterback's face after it happened?
Yes, bro. He's on the ground.
I loved it because it was him.
Yep, me
Jackass.
too.
Sleeper of the game.
Shout out, Sleeper.
Shout out
to Sleeper. Let me tell you my sleeper and why. I'm going to tell you my why first. We're going to right some wrongs. We've had one blocked. We've had one missed. I'm going with Mata to make 2 field goals in this game.
Love it. I would much prefer him make 7 extra points.
I would love that. That means we score touchdowns.
But I feel you. Give me Carter Stoutmeyer.
He just walked by.
Oh, that's even better. That's a good omen.
He just walked by.
Give me Carter Stoutmeyer, man. I thought he didn't miss a beat when he came in against Nebraska. Thought he played even better last week, and so all I can expect is to see the trend continue. I think he plays an even better game tomorrow.
So instead of Mustard, we'll be saying Carter on the beat, ho.
There you go.
Give me the other 2-3. Give me Isaiah Augusta as my sleeper.
Great pick.
A bounce back from the fumble last week.
Great
he
pick.
was running well, making plays. I believe in him. I don't think that this fumble will affect his confidence. I think he's going to come out motivated, and he's going to make an impact this week.
I love it.
Yep, he's got 8 attempts, 57 yards. That's about 4.5 per carry, and his long was 9.
Exactly
so he's due
what
too.
we need.
Yep, ground and pound.
While we're talking about sleeper, I got a little combo here that I put together. If you are a fan of using the Sleeper Picks app,
or in the 25 states,
or if you're in one of the 25 states where you can do it, so let me pull it up here. I believe it was. Sorry, I thought I had it, but it went away when I closed the app. So I've got Baylor's kicker to make over 1.5 field goals.
Okay.
I think that's going to be the way that they score in this game. I've got Travis Hunter to get a receiving TD. When they get down there, they're going to give Travis a chance, I have noticed. And then I've got LeJontay Wester to go more than 63.5 receiving yards. You put those 3 together, you get 7.1x on your money from our friends over at Sleeper Picks. So get on that.
Shout out Sleeper.
Shout out to Sleeper.
All right, super chats, and let's get out of here.
Super chats, and we're getting out of here.
Listen, use the headset.
Important toss, important catch.
And that was with the left.
Yep, impressive all around. Also, to the person, someone in the comments said RK's rocking some primes. Someone else said that's not RK. It is RK.
Who else would it be?
I don't know.
I think they're talking about these.
Oh, that is confusing. You could be
Still.
talking about anything if you say wearing some primes.
Yeah, all right.
Okay. Any news on uniforms tomorrow?
Give me 10 minutes, which will be off, but I haven't walked through the locker room yet. They weren't out earlier.
Yeah,
Baylor is wearing all white.
Yeah. Oh, we won't be in white. I know that. The fans will be in white, so if you're coming to the game, wear white. But the team is home, so it'll be darker.
I don't even have to say anything about it. Just listen to what we just heard.
Payshawn wants to know weather for tomorrow.
Watch this.
I'm telling you, the Apple weather app is still on Coach Prime's
It
side.
ain't budging.
It is. It's high of 67, low of 49, and there ain't a chance of rain in it. Until it gets late, it says 20%. So I'm going with the 80.
15% at kickoff and then 20% through the rest of the game.
Yeah, that's 80% is not. No rain.
A wise man once said.
Super chat from East Coast Kev says, my favorite play from Travis Hunter last week wasn't the interception or the touchdowns. It's when he ran that running back to stop the touchdown. Straight dog.
When he ran him down.
Yeah.
That
made SportsCenter too.
Special play.
Another super chat from East Coast Kev says, let's play a game. Travis Hunter, the wide receiver, versus Travis Hunter, the cornerback. Who wins in a best of 3?
DB Travis.
Okay.
I'm picking wide receiver
I'm
Travis.
also picking wide receiver Travis. And the reason is because wide receiver Travis knows where he's going. And as good as DB Travis is at making up for that, I just don't know if he could do it against Travis Hunter.
I'm going DB Travis because DB Travis watches just as much film as wide receiver Travis. And he's going to beat him to the spot.
It's a draw.
Yeah.
I am Coach Eddie. Super chat says, Coach Liv is incredible. My concern is that another school will scoop him up next year. Coach Prime needs to throw him a bag to keep him in Colorado.
It's a great problem. Like like you can say that with players in the NIL transfer portal area. You're going to be able to say it with coaches. You know, Coach Livingston sat right here and said it about 40 minutes ago. Like, you know, it's going to be different next year. Like, people move on and transition. So that's a great problem to have. You want to hire people that people want. You want to date people that people want.
100%.
Yeah. You want to hang out with people that people want to hang out with.
Super chat from Barron says, do we get a 100-yard rusher Saturday and which back?
It would be Mike if we had one. I'm going to go under.
It's going to be tough. Baylor is no joke stopping the run.
No, I'm going to go under.
We're not going to have a 100-yard rusher. We might have 100 yards as a team, but.
All right.
$20 super chat from Brent Massman says, here's to running the ball even more and another solid win tomorrow from a 25-year diehard Buffs.
Let's go Buffs.
A day alums. Go Buffs.
Let's go Buffs.
Thanks, man.
Super sticker from Big Teasy says, pair character jumping up and down saying #1 fan.
Hell yeah, Teasy.
Big Teasy.
Big Teasy in the house.
I don't think Teasy is never not in the house. Shout out to Teasy. I saw Sean outside earlier, too. He's always in the house.
Oh.
Sean Camp?
Yep.
Let's go.
Homie.
1999 super chat from Carlos Carter says, I think the 2 back-to-back road games just brought the team closer. It's good to see how the defense is clicking, the offense is heating up. Love the show and the coverage y'all bring. It's truly unmatched.
Now that we're not there, we can talk about the absolute. They had them staying in like a little cottage up in Fort Collins. What the heck?
Yeah.
Yo, it's not a hotel.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was Fort Collins, though, so.
That's what I'm saying, but that probably brought the team closer together just on that.
Yeah, it's in college football to have back-to-back road games, but we had back-to-back rivalry road games, and I did think that at the end of it brought, particularly the offensive line, it brought them closer together.
I got the rival treatment in the press box the last 2 weeks, too.
Oh, bro.
Now you get to give it, though.
You should have shared a picture of what your view looked like. When you sent me that, I damn near lost my mind. Somehow, because I couldn't see replays, so at least you could see that, and I complained to you about that. And then Jake goes, look at my view, bro. I was like, oh, I almost said just come sit down here with me.
Jake.
It was the first time I've ever had to stand up during a game and like look around like metal poles and between people. I was like sometimes like head way down so I could see.
But if you use the Game Time app,
yep, you could have known.
And put
before.
in the code BUFFS, it's going to get you $20 off. You will see your seats in advance. Shout out to Game Time. What time is it?
Game Time.
Super chat from Ray John William Jackson says, Unc, DQ is one of us with an okay thumbs, a good one.
Okay.
Who's DQ?
Dairy Queen?
Dan Quinn?
Who are they saying?
He just said
Okay.
DQ. I saw him say something earlier in the chat, but I couldn't find the other one.
I trust you.
DeQuan Finn?
Last one from East Coast Kev says, love the new bus. Keep up the good work.
Appreciate it, brother.
Appreciate you. The new bus is
sick.
Off the chain. I honestly like just want to ride up here tomorrow in it just to like have more time to explore in it.
Sick. It's sick.
It is.
And we can watch college football while we
Yes, yes.
All right.
Is that it? That's it. Oh, cool.
That's all we got.
out.
Awesome. We'll be
Close
back.
the game after the game right here.
We just we had our best pregame show of the year just now.
I think so.
It sets up well for the team to play their best game of the year tomorrow.
And
shout out to Rob Livingston, coordinator coming by.
Yeah.
Cam'Ron Silmon-Craig at safety. Brett Bartolone, tight end coach. Hilo stopped in, stuck his face in. Of course,
Shout
Michael
out to
Pollock
Alyssa for getting the shot too, because he was not in the shot before she went over.
Yeah, great job, Alyssa, the funky dope producer. Even though her toes are not out for this episode.
I hope
we almost did it. We almost made it through.
I hope the vibes were able to come through the screen, because the vibes are high in the Champions Center right now.
Yeah, I'm
very excited for tomorrow.
Let's get it, man.
You can derive energy just from being in here.
Exactly.
What network for the game? Fox, is it?
Yep.
So if you're at home, watch
6
on Fox, 5:30 Mountain, I think it is, or is it 6:30? What time is the game?
6 p.m.
6 p.m. Mountain. Watch on Fox, and then you always know post game right here from the team room or maybe Hart's room or somewhere.
Yep.
We're going
somewhere
live.
And by the way, tomorrow completes the quadfecta. ESPN, Fox, ABC, NBC.
Yep.
Through the first 4 weeks of the season. Everyone wants a slice
Must
of the pie.
watch.
Yeah.
Quick last super chat. Explicitly says, much love to DNVR always.
Shout out Explicit.
Thank you, Explicit.
One more shout out. Shout out to Dean. Aloha Buffs from Hawaii. He sent us some snacks from Hawaii. He sent the turtle chips I was talking about last week.
Here. There's a guy from, not Dean, but there's a guy from Hawaii here, not to cut you off. The minority owner of the Bengals was here with Coach Rob, and he lives in Hawaii, and he brought snacks.
Dang.
Did you get truffle salt turtle chips?
It's like, look, it's just a box full of stuff, man.
I love it. Yeah, shout out to Dean, man. He's always hooking us up.
Yeah, Dean's a homie. Appreciate you, man.
Big Dean, homie, snacks.
All right, come hang out the tailgate tomorrow. Come meet Unc.
The bus will be there.
Come see the bus.
I'm coming. I will be at the tailgate, and thankfully we got a home game, and I'm not riding with the team, so I have freedom.
Some saucy Southern. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Skol Buffs.
Skol Buffs.
We all silly like the mayor.